So the first video that I tried out was CSGO. Have you seen I've added it to the list quite lately. What I did with this, I set shadows to high and the rest of the settings to low, because apparently that's the professionals play. And we got a minimum of 162 FPS, a max of 235 FPS, and an average of 200 FPS. Just a shame my playing skills aren't as good as those FPS. Next game I tried out was Forza Horizon 4. This is at the Ultra preset. It was a solid 60 FPS throughout the entire gameplay today. So as you can see, it is pretty flawless, and it looks amazing, to be honest. The computer did really handle this game really well, and I was really surprised by it as well. Now, if any of you guys are wondering, because it's at a solid 60 FPS, if any of you guys are wondering, can it do the extreme settings? Yes, it can. You can put all the settings up to extreme, near enough, except from like motion blur and something else, but most of them you can put up to extreme, and you won't get 60 FPS. You'll get around about the 50s. Sometimes you'll get solid 60s, but it's not always like how it is now. You'll normally get about 52, 53 FPS on average, if you select the extreme settings, if you have these specs as well. So yeah, just if you guys were just wondering about that. As you can see, as you get to the end of the benchmark now, it just says to you it's a solid 60 FPS. It even tells you what it could be if there wasn't a cap on it, which there is for this game for some reason. I've seen sometimes you can get it without a cap, but yeah, it's one of them. And then I decided to do, as we always do, 3D Mark's Time Spy, the DirectX 12 benchmark. This did work the computer very hard, I'm telling you that now. I know I always use this test on when I'm testing computers, just because of how intensive it is. It really does get, especially the graphics card, working to its max, but the CPU test also does the same. But as you can see, this runs it pretty flawlessly. Yep, the GPU did start to ramp up halfway through or nearly towards the end. The GPU fan, started to ramp up towards then, but it's expected with such a high demanding benchmark. But it does give you a good a way of finding out what your hardware is capable of and how well it runs. And you can, it's a brilliant thing to use. It's on Steam if anyone wants it. It allows you basically you can benchmark in your computer. It'll have a certain benchmark that's allowed on your computer. It's not sponsored or anything, guys, but yeah, and you'll be able to compare it online with lots of other computers, or it'll basically put your computer in a range, like where it is about on the spectrum. But yeah, just again, it's not sponsored. I'm just telling you guys what it is and what it's like. So just if you're wondering, yeah. So it's a pretty good benchmark to use. If you're wondering why the recordings today my voice ended a bit weird, because I got a bit of a cold. So sorry about that, but yeah, so it did run it pretty well, and it's expected with the specs that we're running at.